All right, thank you, Matt. My name is Matt Oppenheimer. I'm co-founder and CEO of Remitly. I started Remitly after running mobile and internet banking initiatives for Barclays Bank Kenya, based in Nairobi. You can see me here. I saw firsthand that sending money across borders was a painful and expensive experience. The reality is that sending money overseas is a painful experience for over 200 million diaspora that live outside the country they were born. This is Sheila. Sheila's a US citizen, but she sends money back to the Philippines to her cousin Juan. Juan is putting his son Paulo through school. We decided we were looking at the process to be able to explain it to you guys. We just create a to-do list of everything that she has to do when she does a traditional money transfer. She has to get a babysitter. She has to go to an ATM and get cash. She has to stand in line. She has to fill out forms. She has to wait for an agent. She has to get a receipt. She has to put that receipt in a secure location. She has to wait for Juan to wake up in the Philippines. She finally gives Juan the reference number. And then at the end of the day, she just has to pray that Juan actually gets the funds. I've got bad news. We're only halfway there. Juan in the Philippines, meanwhile, has to text Sheila and say, is the money coming? Is it going to come this month? Then he goes to bed not knowing. Then he writes down the reference number once he gets it from Sheila the next day. He doesn't actually know when the funds are going to be available, but he takes a bus to the remittance center. He looks at the foreign exchange rate and he says, wow, Sheila got really ripped off here. But he says, okay, I'll get the funds. He goes to the school, he pays, and then at the end of the day, there's actually no easy way for him to go and thank Sheila. So you can see that sending money overseas is painful. It's painful because it's expensive, it's slow, it's inconvenient, it's disconnected. And at the end of the day, because of that, it feels like an obligation when sending money across borders should feel like so much more. So we at Remitly, we decided to take a step back and we said, you know what, let's look at the whole sending money process. And what we realized is that even now, in 2013, it's based in an old mentality and an old perspective. So we said, why don't we go ahead and reinvent the whole thing using this smartphone as the mechanism. Let me show you exactly what that looks like. So Sheila here has installed the Android app, and she's opened the Remitly app up here. And you can see that trust matters first and foremost to our customers. It's trust, 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 and trust. So we've partnered with leading Philippine banks, and you can see their trust marks here. So let's go ahead and sign in as Sheila. Sheila's already added Juan as one of her contacts here. So she selects Juan as one of the contacts. And that takes her to this screen here. So she can either message Juan or she can send money to Juan. Now, before she sends money, she just first wants to check in with him about where Paulo's at in terms of his tuition. So she says, when does Paulo start school? Do you need me to send the regular tuition? Love, Sheila. She sends that message. Juan receives it immediately in the Philippines on his app installed on his iPhone. He doesn't have an open here, so he gets a pop-up notification. He opens that up. And he says, wow, Sheila, you read my mind. Paulo starts school next week. Tuition's due today. Can you send money now? Sends that message back to Sheila. And Sheila says, of course, Juan, I'll send the regular 11,000 pesos now. Now, instead of switching between different communication platforms and having that disconnected experience, she just clicks on that send money button down on the left right here. And that takes her into the best send money flow and product in the market. So we know that Juan needs 11,000 pesos. She enters that in. That's about $260 using the Remitly foreign exchange rate. We are proud that we have great rates and the best disruptively low fees in the market. The next thing she needs to decide is between our 3-day basic service or our express service, which is available within minutes. We know Juan needs the money quickly, so she selects the express service. And now she can decide between sending money to any major bank in the Philippines within minutes or 10,000 cash pickup locations within minutes. Juan doesn't have a bank account, so she wants that cash pickup location. She selects Cebuano, which is a leading cash pickup location. And now she can review everything. One of the things we're really proud of and that's a differentiator is we have an exact delivery time that we promise for every transaction. This one's in a minute. So it says right there it'll be available in 1 minute. She reviews all the fees and the rates. She clicks send money. and now it's being processed. On the back end, we have built proprietary fraud systems that enable us to have the lowest fraud rates in the industry. And we've also built fully compliant systems, so we are a licensed money transmitter operating in 21 states. The money is available in a minute as promised. Sheila gets a notification, and then Juan gets that pop-up notification. He opens up the app. And that money now came directly from Sheila, part of that conversation flow right there. He has all the information he needs. He's reviewing it. And as he's reviewing it, Sheila sends him another message and says, wow, that was fast. Juan can actually thank Sheila and says, thank you so much. Paulo sends his love. That message is sent back to Sheila in the US. She gets it immediately. Now, instead of ending the transaction with that disconnected, painful sense of obligation, she ends it with a smile on her face. Remitly empowers people to strengthen relationships across borders by being the most customer-focused international payments company. We've already helped thousands of customers send millions of dollars back to the Philippines, and we're just getting started. Come visit us at booth 62 to learn more. Thank you.